We didn't really play that with any real
Jimmy
conviction.
White's 30.
So unlike Jimmy using the rest, sits down, 37 points to lead. But there's still a possible 67 remaining. The balls are awkward. That's his only saving grace.
One.
Looks to be dead straight on the brown. To play deep screw, left hand side in the cue ball to bring it down towards this red to the right of the black, to play it into the right corner. Played that well.
5.
Yeah, but he needs a good angle now on the colour off this red, because the 3 reds on the right hand side of the table are not that easy to disturb or get on. A decent angle on the blue. He'll come off this top cushion and probably play the cannon. He's looking to see if the 2 reds closest to the cushion are a plant. That'd be a risky shot to take on.
Yeah, if there was some way of hitting those 2 reds from this side of the table, there's a chance he could actually take all 3 reds off the cushion.
Well, in the end it looks as though he played for the plant, and he's really got neither, unless he makes it into a 3-baller. And
11.
that would be pushing out the bolt a little bit.
Yeah, I think he can play it in such a way he'll bring the cue ball back to the bulk end. Play it as a sort of shot to nothing. Well, he's not taking it on. As you say, it's probably the right decision, but if he did play it pace, there's every chance he wouldn't leave a red if he got the cue ball safe, so I think it's worth the risk. But then I always did.
Yeah. Stephen Risky Hendry. I can see it now. That should have been your name, Risky. He's made a good job of this.
Junhui, 11.
It's a good shot. Snooker Jimmy on all 3 reds. Well played. Jimmy just playing the red that's in the open. He doesn't want to disturb the 2 reds that are together. He played that pretty well. Very well. I know Jimmy's known as the whirlwind, but I think the pace of this match so far, Stephen, will be suiting him rather than Ding Junhui.
Yeah, Ding wants to get in and win the frames in one visit.
Foul. And a miss. Jimmy White 4.
Not really seen a lot from Ding yet in these 2 frames. Certainly the way we're used to seeing him play and making big breaks. So
Yeah, when you said earlier he looks too relaxed, do you think he's just waiting for things to happen rather than forcing the issue a little bit more?
Yeah, I think, as I said earlier, no disrespect to Jimmy, but Ding would not expect to lose this match at all today, and perhaps he's not as focused as he should be, but you know, that's not Jimmy's fault, and Jimmy's just getting on and doing what he has to do to win these frames.
Yeah, of course. Jimmy keeps winning frames, then his confidence will go up, and then Ding Junhui may go into panic mode. A lot of things can happen. Well, he's got the double. He's not quite on the black. He's trying to make things happen there.
Tricky little black. This is when he cut it back and hold the cue ball for the red that's beside the brown. Never easy into a blind pocket. Nice shot. Could not have played that much better.
8.
Now, the angle and the colour. To either drop on this red or move it. The red is on the cushion. Looking to get perhaps a similar angle that he had in the blue a few shots ago when he played the attempted a cannon.
No.
Difficult to see if it's a natural angle. If you have to put a little bit of side on it, just sometimes you take your eye off the pot in these shots.
Yeah, and that's the problem when they're tight against the cushion. If you don't catch them just
14.
right, you get the double kiss and the red hardly moves, and that's what happened there. Just watch the double kiss. So, Jimmy, you've got to say, still slight favourite for this frame. 16 points the lead. 35 remaining. But he's got a couple of little insurance policies, so to speak, particularly that green, and that is a dreadful safety
14.
from Ding Junhui. Now, one good long pot here. Well, Jimmy's having a look at the possible cut into the middle.
Yeah, if he does cut it in, can he avoid the cannon on the green? Come back for the black? Then he'll only need the yellow to go 26 up.
I think I'd like to trust McHugh in here and play it in the top pocket. He's only got to stun it. If it goes in, he's bound to be on the blue. I know he'll need yellow and green, whereas if he gets the black off this red, he'll only need the yellow, but the cut's a thin one, and he's not certain to be on the black. Right in, but what is he on?
1.
What's he on? Perfect on the blue.
Yeah, I don't think he even looked at the possibility of playing for the black there. The pace he played, the shot at. But if he can just drop on the green, he only needs that, so he doesn't have to play it with any pace.
Six.
4 cushions. He's going to have to come right round the table if he wants to get on the screen.
Looking at the scoreboard, if he pots the yellow, he'll go 24 points in front. There'll be 25 remaining.
Or does he just drop the yellow in and play a safety on the green? But there is a shot to come off 4 cushions around the table, possibly even 5 to land on the green. It's not that tough a shot.
Well, it's certainly within his capabilities. Just got to avoid the in-off in the right middle, in the right corner, sorry.
Foul.
And he didn't.
Give me like 6.
That was the only thing he had to avoid.
he's going to attempt to get on the green here. This is a tough shot to play at pace now. I think he's going to make sure the yellow, then lay a snooker.
So.
Yes, this will be the shot that Jimmy could have played. He could have just made certain of the yellow and then played the snooker, but I think he did right trying to go around the angles, just misjudged it.
Yeah, the thing with Jimmy's shot, even if he missed, didn't get on the green, he still had that shot as backup.
Yeah, as long as he avoided the off. Ding Junhui a little bit fortunate there. If that green hadn't run into the black, he wouldn't have had the snooker. Good swerve from Jimmy. Good shot. Still favourite for the frame. No, very good. Still not too bad. Jimmy will be hampered by the black. Just got to check on whether make certain the brown's not a plant to the far right corner. I don't think it is. Couldn't have played that better. And this isn't going to be that easy to get it safe now for Ding Junhui. He liked the brown away from the cushion as well, but he can't. I don't think he can bring the brown out and avoid a kiss on the pink. Oh well, he could. Good shot.
Yeah, apart from that first safety in the first frame where he didn't hit it very thick and allowed Jimmy to make the frame winning break, his safety's been excellent.
Well, obviously Jimmy not snooker. The one thing he's got to do here, he's got to keep that pink tight against the baulk cushion. He can't afford to bring it away from the baulk cushion, even at risking leaving the green on, because Ding Junhui needs all the remaining colours. Well, he's left half a chance of this green, but playing it with pace is not easy. And as I say, the big problem for Ding Junhui, if he does get a chance, he's getting from pink to black. This is one of these type of shots. If, for example, this was a red and you were playing for the black on its spot, you'd fancy potting it. But it's the fact that you've got to inject the amount of pace to get up the table for the brown just makes the pot missable. And he's turning it down. Now, has he left it? Well, he's put his hand up and apologised to Jimmy, so he has got the snooker. There you see it. It's all about fractions, this game. And there they favoured Ding.
Foul. And a miss. Ding Junhui full.
Still doesn't make a lot of difference. Still going to get that problem, pink to black, because he needs the 5 remaining colours.
May choose to take the black off the cushion here and lay the snooker.
Didn't here? Was it given as a free ball?
Didn't hear either. I thought.
Of course, it could have been given as a miss, but Jimmy could hit the green, couldn't he?
Bit of pressure on this.
Good pot and got back contact. You could hear it, you could see it, and he's not perfect on the brown by any means. Just watch it jump. Boop. Well, that was a very confident pot. Now he's looking at the scoreboard. I'm sure he's aware that he needs the 3 remaining colours. This blue will put the points all square. Jimmy shaking his head because he could hit the green. Okay, he couldn't pot it, but he could have hit it. No excuse for missing it. Now, do you play the cannon to try and bring the pink into play, or do you try and leave a nice angle on the pink?
I think that it's such a tough shot to get from pink to black, you have to risk the cannon here. If you miss the cannon, it's not going to be too difficult to play a really good safety shot. I think the cannon is the shot here.
Yeah, I agree. And I think it is the cannon, because he's striking low on the cue ball. But he's just missed it.
12.
Points all square. Both players now need pink and black. Just looking at the cannon, he was trying to hit the pink on the right hand side, so overscrewed it quite a bit. But he gets the chance to play the first safety, and he's played a good one.
12.
Jimmy now needs a good reply.
Has to avoid the double kiss here. Well, I played more of a containing shot than a positive safety, and that's not bad. Got the cue ball tight on the cushion.
Bit of a weak one that from Ding. Got to get one of the balls tight to the cushion, and there was an ideal opportunity to get the cue ball tight, so not too much difficulty in this safety, shouldn't be for Jimmy. These are tough shots when the pink and the cube are in a straight line almost. It's so hard to avoid the double kiss. And he's played that pretty well. Great shot. It was enough room for Ding to hit cushion first here and get a full ball contact on the pink. So probably play right hand side of the pink thin, send the cue ball around the angles, back up to bulk. But again, the double kiss is a problem. Yeah, I'm just wondering if he could play the pink into the black and get the cue ball back to the ball can. The pink would stop, but if he's catching it too full, he may not be able to get the pace in the cue ball. Imperative he get the pink safe, of course.
The way he was lining up there looked like he was going to hit the pink full ball and send both pink and black back up the table and leave the cue ball down here.
Well, if he plays it like that, if he flicks the black, there's always a possibility of an in-off. Not quite certain what he's got in mind here. Oh, he's tried the snooker. Needs to hold its line. It did do. It did do. And a tap on the table from Jimmy. Now has he got the snooker? It was a risky shot to play. No, he didn't have the snooker. It's a tense frame, this. $50 coming up. Don't get many of those between Ding and the whirlwind. Big frame, I think, for Jimmy White. This, he's had a few chances to win it. Wasn't a bad attempt, you know. I think he half thought about it. He could possibly pop the ping into the right middle. He knew he'd be on the black. But as I say, I feel a bigger frame for Jimmy than Ding. Ding came in here a big odds-on favourite for this match. If Jimmy could win the first two frames, then those odds would swing around somewhat. And at the moment, it has to be said that Jimmy's given as good as he gets on the safety play. Excellent shot. Good length. Good reply. Now, where's this pink going? Where's the pink going? Hits it all wrong. Put his hand up, apologise to Jimmy. We've got a black ball game.
Ding Junhui 6.
Another good safety shot. A lot of distance between cue ball and object ball. This is excellent. It really is an excellent safety shot. I think there's enough room for cushion first here. Lots of right hand side.
Chose not to play the cushion first. Jimmy may well play it here. No, both players seem to be comfortable. They've got the pace of the table, playing these up and down safeties. there's always the danger, as Stephen has mentioned on a couple of occasions, of that double kiss. If you don't catch it just right.
Well, they're making this shot look easy at the moment. It's a very tricky safety shot to play. I would imagine cushion first this time. Or is it the same shot again? Yep. Yeah, they're just happy that they're getting the object ball safe, John, aren't they? Making sure of that.
Yeah, absolutely. This one slightly more difficult because a couple of times now they've been hitting across the ball. This one, when the cue ball and object ball are in direct line, a little bit more difficult to play a more positive safety as we come up nearly to the 55-minute mark. So just the containing safety from Ding. He couldn't leave a lot of distance between cue ball and object ball. Now, I keep an eye on the left middle pocket here. I think this black could go very close to it. What we call the cocked hat.
Yeah, he just doesn't want the black to catch the jaw of that pocket and come back down this end of the table. Played it well.
Yeah, it just well thought. I think he did think about making a chance in the middle, but as you say, if you play that cocked hat to the middle and it catches the bump of the pocket, then you've no control where the black's going to finish. And once again, this up and down safety judged to perfection. Ding staying there, hoping he gets it tight. Not quite. Does Jimmy come in from behind? Or does he send it back up the table as he's done so adequately on numerous occasions? That's the plan. And once again, it absolutely perfectly. Can he get it tight? If you get it tight, then it makes it a lot more difficult for your opponent to play a similar shot. And that's close enough to make it awkward. Well, this is excellent from both players, it really is. We always say this game's not all about potting balls. Jimmy wants it to stop tight, and it has done. So this gives Ding Junhui now a bigger problem. I don't think the straight up and down is on here.
He may even choose to play this at pace. Chance of a double to the right corner, but stun the cue ball, leave the cue ball on the baulk cushion. Oh, he's aiming at the top, so he's playing some sort of safety.
Well, just about stayed short of the middle. And doesn't make life any easier for Jimmy here, funnily enough. This is not straightforward. Well, he's made it look good. He's made it look straightforward. Oh, we've got to be wary there of the double kiss. Played it well.
Well, both players are showing an incredible will to win this second frame. None of them are letting up at all. They're willing to stay out there for another 20 minutes, John, playing this shot, I think.
I know. But fair play. in some excellent safety. Oh, as Jimmy needs to slow, needs to get near the cushion. Has he left it?
Looking at the double. Cross double to the right centre. You've no idea where the black's going, have you, John? If you miss it.
That's the problem with a double. If it doesn't go in, where does the black go? Cross double to the right centre. It's not gone in. Been fortunate. And an easy safety for Jimmy here to get the initiative back. Well, that's a better plan than the one I thought. I thought he played a cross double. Twice across. He's played absolutely superb. Get out of that.
Yeah, I'll be amazed if Jimmy doesn't have a pot to go for after this shot. This is tough.
As we come up to the hour. It's just stopped short as we pass the hour mark. I don't think it cuts. That was a good escape from Ding Junhui there. Jimmy put him in all kinds of trouble. You could say that about both players. They've each put each other in difficult situations, but both players have coped with it. Oh, he's played the double and it's close, and he's got
in the front.
What a way to finish. Over an hour, Jimmy distraught. Ding Junhui would be very pleased. He doesn't show it, but that double on the black makes it one frame each.